Alrighty, hello and welcome back to the Let's Play. Okay, so the last time you guys saw this, we were basically just going into hard mode. I've actually done quite a bit of progress, per usual, because I'm trying to kind of get to the bosses so we can see if I'm going to survive these. These bosses will be way more challenging. Of course, I have tons of buffs, and I've done all my stuff off camera here to prepare. So just as a quick reminder of what I've done, instead of going over every single detail, I've decided to show you this, and you can read it at your leisure, and maybe pause the video if you want to see literally everything I've done. But I've done quite a bit, and I'll cover what I definitely need to cover. But just so you know, all the stuff that happened off camera that's of importance anyways. I mean, obviously can't document literally everything, but I've tried to do the best I can to summarize what happened off camera, what I've created, and what I've done. We have a couple of new NPCs, the wizard and the wizard appeared tied up in the cavern lair right after we the last episode, basically. That's just what happens when you get into the new hard mode. But I also did something with the tormented soul down in the hell biome. He was just wandering around, and if you put that purification powder on him, he immediately turns into the tax collector NPC. So we have those two NPCs. Again, there's quite a few. If you're interested in seeing what we've done, please take a look at that summary. Now, what we're going to attempt to do now, and again, I have no idea if we're going to be successful or not, because these bosses are much more challenging than the ones prior. Again, remembering that this is on master mode, they obviously may not be nearly as hard in a different difficulty, but a couple of things we definitely want to notate is I have adamantite armor and weapons. So this is a sword that I got. You can see my melee damage is now 95. I still have the star cannon I'm going to use. I have this godly Tao of power that I created, 156 melee, and I've got an unreal daedalus storm bow, which this thing on this boss should do amazing. Okay, but the star cannon might still be the huge, because it penetrates infinitely. It might just be the thing that makes the difference. We're going to see. Surviving is the most important to me. Also, now any armor that you create, you have 3 different helm pieces. So if you can see that we get melee, crit, and damage, and then we get damage, and then we get crit and damage, plus the set gives you 20% increased melee and movement speed. All I have to do is change the helmet to this, and everything changes. Now it's all range damage. Okay, and in this case, the set gives you a 25% chance to save ammo. You can see the Star Cannon is 86 range damage with 26% to crit, but when I change that, it goes to 77 damage with 16% to crit. So you can see that makes a huge difference. Okay, now I'm going to do a little something that people may or may not love. I'm going to freeze the time right here, because I'm going to try, if this goes well, I'm going to attempt to kill the destroyer a couple of times. Now, the destroyer is what I've chosen as the first boss, and I've made these off camera as well. I also farmed pirate maps. I got extremely lucky with these 2 drops while I was farming other stuff. These are the biome keys that will go into the dungeon eventually and unlock those to see what cool loot we get. But we're going to start with the mechanical worm. I'm just going to put 3 in my inventory for right now. I've also gotten this ammo. Basically, the buff is 20% chance to save ammo. Now, obviously, if you're in journey mode, I mean, let's be honest, we can make an infinite ammos, but if you were just doing it anything but journey mode, you'd probably want this on. And then I got the Wraith banner as well as the Wandering Eye. I got a couple of other ones too, but I only put the Wraith and the Wandering Eye up here. I also got the Possessed Armors, I believe, as well. But you know what? Let's just quickly look at that. These are all the accessories I have scanned in now. I mean, another thing that I did was I was able to combine all the stuff to get the Warding Ankh Shield, which is huge. It basically means when I get hit, I don't get knocked back, and it comes with 4 defense, then I put another 4 defense, so we're at 87 defense before buffs. So that's huge. I mean, there's so much to cover, all these different things. We'll get to it, but I need to, yeah, those guys hit hard. Let's see. Yeah, possessed armor. We'll just put a couple of those out too, just in case. Okay, and now, because we paused the time, we don't have to worry about running out of time. Again, you know, in anything but this journey playthrough, you would not be able to do that, so you'd be on a timer. Okay, let's go ahead and just get into it here, shall we? Now, I might panic, I might end up dying, and we'll just keep trying until we win, hopefully. I'd like to farm 3 of these, but the Destroyer is pretty scary, and also, if you see a Wyvern spawn up in the air and come in, it's going to almost immediately probably kill me, because those things are ridiculously strong in Master Mode, so I have killed 1 or 2 off camera, but it was really painful. So, alright, let's get to it. This is going to be really, really fun. So let's buff up. And here we go. Now, what are we doing? We're going to start with this. We're just going to see how we do with this. So this is kind of how I would normally do this fight. And you're just going to be as patient as you can. Okay? So far, not terrible. But these little eyes are what get you. So now you want to switch over and you want to try to kill them. Now let's see how the Star Cannon does. Oh yeah. That's probably way more damage. Oh yeah, that's like 5,000 damage. Okay. We don't want too many eyes though, so this might be one of those situations where the Star Cannon is just going to absolutely destroy it. So far our armor's holding up too. We're looking pretty good. Don't let the head hit you, whatever you do. You want platforms like this to fight him on, because otherwise he'll just absolutely destroy you. Oh yeah, that damage is good. Alright, well I guess we're just going to have to go with the Star Cannon again, because it's just so good. Now we are going to start taking some damage if we, the little eyeball things are really, with the lasers, are your biggest, like, scare here. Once you can get those controlled, you should be good. Yeah, that's some pretty good damage, actually. Oh yeah, we got this. Okay, well, maybe I was worried for nothing. I don't know if the other bosses are going to be anywhere near that easy, but we'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and just finish the rest of this off. I'm really kind of surprised that the Star Cannon is just... I mean, I have never used the Star Cannon anywhere near as much as I'm doing it in this playthrough. Oh my gosh, I got the trophy on that one, the first kill as well. That's absolutely amazing. I cannot believe that. Okay, great. Well, you know what? Let's do it again. Yeah, so much for... I did all this work to get the Daedalus Storm Bow, because that's how I normally do this, and it's definitely a lot harder to get through, but the Star Cannon is just so good. You see how hard he hit? Actually, he didn't hit me that hard, I guess because of all my armor, but in any event, this is going much better than I'd hoped. Of course, I talk about how hard these bosses are, and then I come in with a Star Cannon and absolutely destroy them. That might be a little disappointing for some. It's still exciting for me, though, because, well, all it takes is a Wyvern to show up, and we're done. I mean, we probably will die if that happens, so if that's what you're looking for. Look at the damage. Like, you just cannot beat that damage. Okay, we're getting hit a little bit more now. I don't like being surrounded like that, that's for sure. And of course, since you have infinite stars, we'll just try to get our best angle here. Look at that DPS. Okay, we took a lot of damage there. I upgraded my health potions too, so now they heal 150 health, which is also really, really good. There it is. There's where all your damage is, right there. If you just focus, you can get them easily. Wow, that Star Cannon is absolutely insane. If you didn't believe in the Star Cannon, but oh no. Okay, well at least this didn't happen when. Well, actually, that's not bad. Okay, I didn't have my buffs when I was fighting this guy before. Okay, not too bad. There it is, Souls of Flight. I'm glad that didn't happen with the boss, but also you'll notice I've made some what are they called? They're called flasks. Where when I do that, you see how it's like green? It also, it's like acid on them, so it lowers their defense. Okay, let's do another one. I'm feeling pretty confident that we can do this. And as you can see, his like weakest point, oh my gosh, it's so much damage. 10,000 damage right there. 10,000 DPS because he was all balled up. That's really insane. When you kill the little guys, they drop hearts. In case you were wondering, so you want to keep that in line. Yeah, we are absolutely destroying this boss. Anything that can pierce. That was the point of the Daedalus bow with those arrows. Anything that pierces absolutely destroys the destroyer. So that was the initial reason why. He's got me kind of cornered here. Go ahead and heal. Not good. We're still taking some damage, obviously. Oh, that's why. Let's get that up. That helps. Let's do some work here. This angle. Oh, he almost killed me right there. Okay, we got to be very careful now. Okay, we still got him, luckily. Alright, that last one was a little scary. So as you can see, even with all that power, you can still get unlucky and die. Okay. And we just happened to get the trophy on the first kill. That's absolutely amazing. Alright, well this has gone pretty well, all things considered. Let me go ahead and unfreeze the time, because obviously we don't need it frozen now. I think we would have, with the power that we had there, I don't even think we need to freeze the time, but we did. You can see that this just happened, when I made this, I just happened to get a legendary pick. Does it really matter? The only thing that matters on that is speed, but I can rip through mining stuff now, so I'll have to show you guys that at some point too. It's so fast, especially with my mining set. Also, I got all the emblems, so I put the warrior emblem and the ranger emblem on just for right now, because we got that extra slot. Let's go ahead and scan this in. And, okay, so the destroyer trophy, destroyer bags, destroyer relic. Perfect. And then we'll go in here. Okay, so we'll need one of those. We already have one of these, so we can just get rid of that one. And then we'll just make infinite of those, and that should do it. So let's go to... Where do we want to go? Let's go to spawn. Alright. So there are a couple of things, events that can happen once you've killed, especially once you've killed the first mechanical boss. And one of them is a pirate invasion. It has a chance every morning. It's a little bit higher chance once you've never had one, but then once you have had one, it drops down a bit. So, now as you can see here, I'll just quickly go over the stuff that matters. I made a anvil upgrade. What is it? The mithril, I think is what it is. Mithril anvil and adamantite forge. And if you're wondering how you make those, you can just look them up on the wiki, but it requires the certain ores and stuff that you've farmed. I've farmed all three of those. I'll quickly show you what the Ankh shield costs. So you have to have all of these 5, right? Which each one of those has 2 ingredients to make that tier, and then these 5 make this. You combine the Ankh charm with the obsidian shield, and you get the Ankh shield. And that was the super ultra shield. I don't know why anybody would not use this in their builds. I also was killing regular mimic chests, the small ones, not the biome mimics. I got the cross necklace, the star cloak, as you can see here, and if you combine those, you get this, the star veil. You can get the Titan glove, and you combine those with the feral claws, you get the power glove, ironically. This can be upgraded later. As you can see, it's a material. So that's some of the stuff we did there. All of this stuff off camera. I made the Onyx Blaster, which is basically the regular shotgun, the Dark Shards, and Souls of Night. I put this stuff together. That's how you make the Tao of Power. So 7 of Light and Dark Shards plus 1 Soul of Light and Soul of Night. By the way, Soul of Lights and Soul of Nights only happen underground in their respective biomes. So I farmed enough of those to just be able to mass produce them, obviously. The way these can drop from, as a rare drop from enemies in hard mode, but you can just make them by combining their respective item plus Souls of Night and Light, and you can mass produce them. And let's see here. What else we got? We haven't done that yet. Still need the traveling merchant for that. Okay, by the way, these are the new healing potions, so that's that. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this up. Let's go back over there and put our trophy up. Okay, so this is our first kill. Did I put that right next to it? I can't remember if I did that. It looks like there's a... I can't tell if there's a space there or not. We'll see. See how it looks. Yeah, we'll do it like that for now. Alright, so there's our first hard mode boss. Pretty fun stuff. This is armor pin as well, and I had that on in case you were wondering. I also got a crystal ball, which you can make an endless like musket pouch and quiver. So if you were not able to have infinite ammo, it's the lowest tier ammo, but at least it's infinite. So if you're interested in doing that, you certainly can. Let's see here. I think I made, yeah, here's all the stuff I got from the biomimics. So basically, and I can illustrate this if you'd like, but basically you make the keys of light and keys of night just out of the souls themselves. And then what you'll do is you'll place down a chest and put the key in the chest, and then when you escape out of it, at least on the computer, it spawns the respective mimic type. So this is some of the stuff I got from the light version or the hallowed version. And this is all the stuff that I got from the corrupted version of it. So just as an example, and these, like I said, these can be a little scary. We might do one of each just to show it off. I think what I'll do though, just so I have a lot of room to move around, because these can actually be a little scary. They're actually, if you're not geared up for it, they can absolutely destroy you. You have to move. So I'll quickly illustrate how these work, and I will buff up again because we might as well, right? So we'll just draw. Oh, I don't want to go too high though. Oh, I forgot to get the souls. That's annoying. As you can see, I've already scanned in the souls of flight too. Ooh, that's not very good. Let's get rid of that guy. Alright, let's buff, and then here's how it works. What? I didn't get the keys. That's what I forgot. Wow, I'm looking like a complete noob right now. I thought I must have just brought the chest. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. We'll take care of these guys, and then here's what it looks like. So you put one in here, then you X out, and here it is. Okay. These guys can be real scary. Oh, see that? When they do this, that reflects back. So you can see they have a lot of health. You just need a nice long platform. I don't really like to be close to them for obvious reasons, right? So this is what it looks like. So what I did was I just farmed these guys as long as I could. I mean, obviously it took a lot of, ooh, you see how hard he just hit? That's insane. They always go into that reflect state. This is why you want your banners out too, so these other mobs aren't constantly messing with you. As long as you have the enough like room to move, it shouldn't be that hard, right? But it's always about an arena. And then, again, just to illustrate, I'll do the same thing with the other one. You know, it's not hard, assuming you know what's coming, but if you've never fought one of these... Now, these guys can spawn in their respective biomes. They are way more challenging if they catch you off guard underground. Because, obviously, you can't escape. Like, that dodge directly into you, pretty scary. And they can pretty much go wherever they want. Okay, let's not do that and kill ourselves. That would be bad. The fact that these stars penetrate so good is just... It's so good. Okay, so there it is. I don't even know if I ever got the Clinger Staff. I did not. Interesting. Yeah, you can just make like a... Yeah, so that was something I actually missed. Okay, well, I'm glad I did that then. I definitely already had that. I'll go ahead and scan that. Okay. Yeah, these are what drop the health potions and the greater mana potions. So that's a quick way to immediately just get yourself the things you need there. Okay, we'll quickly look. Just as an example of what I was talking about, that's the Cursed Flame for melee attacks only. These are all the different things that I have for potions, in case I haven't been showing that off. I haven't really been adding to this all that much, but not every one of these is super important, but I think it gives you a pretty nice balance. So we can get rid of all this because we've scanned all that in. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the fun stuff here. Oh my gosh, we are having a solar eclipse. Wow, this could not have happened. I wasn't planning on doing a solar eclipse this early, but this is something that can also just happen, as you can see, during your playthrough. We'll turn on our trap. Now the Reapers can go right through the base here, but the rest of our trap is just going to absolutely destroy these guys. Certain guys can come through this, but this is exactly why I built this trap. Okay, so I knew that when I got into hard mode, there would be things like this that would be really, really beneficial to have this set up for. We'll get to this in a minute. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open it while we're waiting. Okay. Oh! Wow, we got a dev kit there. Now, this is going to be hard to keep this completely separate of what we're getting from this other event. This other event, before you kill all 3 mech bosses, I believe, there's only so many enemies that show up. So this is not, this isn't the hardest version of it. However, there's still some stuff to be said about this event, and eventually I'll be strong enough to where I'll just go out and kill them myself, but for now, this will be fine. This unfortunately wastes our entire day. Now there's an item called a sundial, I believe, where you can, in the actual game without journey mode, you can actually fast forward the day, so you don't have to sit here for the whole day. But the first couple of times you do this, it should be pretty exciting, and you should be getting drops. Like as an example, this is a material for something, obviously. Okay, that's a weird just thingamabobber. Let's put stuff up that we got here. Okay, we got mechanical wagon parts. Okay. The hallowed bars are the next whole tier of equipment, so that's really good. This is a developer item. So all this was the developer item there. Yeah, all that. Wow. That's insane. And, wait a second, did we get some from that too? So of course, when you can have infinite of these, clearly you get a lot of different things. I mean, most of the time you're not going to open already. I mean, did we open 80 of those bags? No, 20 of those bags. Excuse me. We got Souls of Night, which is the other progression for this. So yeah, that's huge. This looks like 2 different sets. Who is that? Laz. That's your, Laz. So we actually got, it looks like we got 2 different, look at the damage on that. Wow. Laz, okay. Now I'm just trying to wrap my head around what did we get here. Accessory. Okay, so those are wings. I bet those are going to be way better than what we currently have as wings. And as you can see, I'm not even paying attention to the event in the background, which is a little sad. Okay. So here's another painting. We'll just put those here. Well, in any event, I could sit here and farm dev sets. There's tons of dev sets which give you really nice wings. There are tons of different wings in the game. Obviously, right now I'm using the absolute lowest tier, slowest movement, and slowest like height. Like how high you can fly and stuff like that. So, that's the wings that I have right now. I'm still very grateful for, but they're not the best. They're nowhere close to being the best wings in the game. So. That being said, I cannot believe this triggered right after our first kill our mechanical boss kill. Because of how that went, I'm feeling more confident that I might be able to do pretty good on the other two. See, we just got a mechanical eye drop, so see, there's an example of it just dropping. We don't really need it, but anyways, we may go ahead, for the next couple of episodes. I might do the twins for the next episode or something, and then for the final episode of the week, we may try Skeletron Prime. So that would be pretty cool. Get those 3 knocked out, and then the progression is just going to continue here. We're really pushing, as best we can to the end game. If you're wondering what some of these names are, I'm just going to hover over here. So we've got Fritz, we've got Swamp Thing, Frankenstein, the Possessed, Creature from the Deep. So yeah. And these traps, once we hit a certain point, the traps will get so much better. Right now, they're not really doing that much damage, but, every little bit helps, right? We're also not getting credit for these as far as, you'll notice, as far as, like, I don't know how we got that. Weird. Oh, you know what? I remember how you do this. I got rid of it. If you want to get credit, what you have to do is do something like this. Pull out an imp staff and have them shoot at them. If they hit them, then you start getting credit for this. So I think that's how it works. As long as your little imp hits them, you're good. That's kind of a cheaty way to get credit for the kill, obviously, but it does work. And later on, we'll get much better versions of these guys, so... Also, at some point, if I have enough time, I may put a background here. I probably won't, because it's so much work, but... Well, I don't know if I call it work, but you know what I mean. It's just time-consuming. You know what? While we're doing this, let's go ahead and let's hit that buff, and then we'll put another one of our demons out. There we go. Now, have we gotten anything else interesting? Not really. These drops, there are way better drops in this event than what we're seeing right here, so... Yeah, not great, but we'll take it. The fact that we had somewhere to run for this is really quite good, because these guys have a lot of health. The Star Cannon probably would have done okay, but... What is this? Oh, right. Increase the number of minions. That's what that does, so... Yeah, so we're getting passive credit, essentially, for just standing here doing nothing, which, again, I know it's probably not the most fun thing in the world to watch, but... This is what it is, I guess. Anything else interesting? I'm just surprised we got 2 different sets of this. Allows flight. So that's another set of wings. Okay, so that looks like the headpiece, the body piece, and the wings. We'll go ahead and just scan this. Since we're on camera, we might as well just go ahead and scan it. So we got one of those. I'm gonna wait to scan this because I want to make sure I can go back and get everything. Just get rid of that. So, well, we did great here. This is amazing. We'll go ahead and scan that. Easy. We'll scan those. These are already scanned, so we're good there. We'll scan one, and we'll scan one of those. So this is all taken care of now. I don't really need the Destroyer Mask. It looks okay, I guess, but I prefer the sunglasses, personally, so... We'll get rid of that. For this, this is probably one of the best, carts that you can get. And by carts, before this. Like, right now we're using the fart cart, but we'll definitely upgrade it to that once we get all 3 pieces. You have to beat all 3 mechanical bosses, and then you'll put them all together, essentially. And then that'll be that. We'll scan it in, and we'll have it from there on. So... And you know what? That's going to be pretty good. You know what we could do is we could put... Where's the difficulty? Let's move it up to 10. We only have... It's 143, so it shouldn't make much of a difference here, but they're just going to start flooding in now. You can always do this during an event if you want more drops. That is a ridiculous amount of drops, for sure. later on, if we could kill the Reapers, you can get a weapon that hits through the floor, which means this is so much easier. We're even getting vampires now. Nice. Wow, look at how that just... Oh, there we go. That's something we need. Perfect. Okay, we actually got a banner, so that's good too. Now, that's a lot of enemies. I'll probably slow this down in a second here, but if you're just trying to, yeah, you can see now I'm all of a sudden getting a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to get rid of these because we don't need that. Okay, that can be scanned. I'm sorry if this is loud for you guys. I really am. Yeah, we're getting all kinds of good stuff now. I'm going to save the banners and I'll put those up later. And I'll just keep up with it. And this is the beauty of the traps. Okay, it's 3 p.m., which means once it hits night, we have another chance of a boss spawning, but even if that were to happen, obviously we're not going to do it right now, so... Okay, let's go back down here. Calm down, guys, calm down. Okay, there's another new banner, it looks like. Get rid of that, that's new, mistake. So this trick really did help. I mean, you can see that I don't know if the vampires drop. Oh, look at that! No, that's just another painting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the vampires can even drop the wings this early, but wow, we made between those boss kills and this, we made 9 platinum. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Now, one thing we didn't do is go and check our fishing quests. You know what? Yeah, no, I just don't think it's worth it because we might actually get destroyed. So, okay, well, this episode's kind of going long. I'm just going to finish this, and whatever the next day has to offer here, we'll go from there. I do hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.